This is a general reading for Aries for March 23rd to March 29th. So if Aries is your sun or moon rising or Venus, this is a general reading for you. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Happy birthday, Aries. There's more of you that have birthdays in this, that is in this time period. This is your sign. So I want to wish those that are having a birthday in this week, happy birthday. Now I have some good news. If you've been following my fur babies, Nina's right here, and she's always working. And then I went down to the Animal Foundation in Vegas. I looked online, and I wanted a young dog this time. I have lost so many dogs, and I always adopt the older, special needs, etc. And it's gotten so my spirit was really sad. So I looked online, and there was one that was young, and she was available for adoption. So I went down there and went into the small dog room, and she wasn't there. Well, she was off into another room, so people wouldn't necessarily see her if they hadn't gone online, which was, thank you, Spirit. She was being saved for me. So she's right here in my lap, and her name was Honeysuckle, but I've changed it to Suzy, Suzy. She's 10 years old. She's 10 years old, 10 months old, 10 months old, a little chihuahua. She was a stray. And so I had to leave her for a couple of days because she had to be spayed. And she came home yesterday. Now, she likes to follow Nina. Nina's doesn't know, Nina has always been the little princess. But I know they're going to get along, and they're just, I'm giving lots of little extra attention to Nina now, and Nina has lost a lot of her friends. So this is my new little addition to the family. Her name is Suzy, 10 months old, and a rescue. She came from the shelter. She was a stray. So again, go to the shelter. There's purebred dogs out there that are needing homes. So if you look, don't shop, adopt. Don't shop, adopt. And because I'm a senior, I got a discount. And they even have older dogs there, no fees, because they might have medical needs, or they need, they're looking for a good home for them. So this is little Suzy, and she likes to follow me around. And already, yeah. And she was underweight because she'd been probably foraging for a few days. So we do have Nina here, and now we have Suzy. Now I've shuffled the cards, and a couple of things. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, please. The channel is increasing in number. I'm waiting for my tech person to have some free time to help me to upgrade some of the things on the channel. And comments are appreciated. Aries, you always pull through, and you're one of the biggest supporters of the channel. And thumbs up if you like it. And I wish you all a great birthday celebration. Now, as I was shuffling the cards today, and if you want a reading, send me an email, and we can arrange it. As I was shuffling the cards today, and I was calling on your spirit guides, what they said was, it's a time to celebrate. What they said, it's not the funeral barge, in the Egyptian times when they had the barge going down the river. I don't know if they do that in other cultures, but it's not the funeral barge. It's time to celebrate that spring is here, that the flowers, celebrate with the flowers, the color. Take care of yourself, and it's uplift your spirits, because it's our winter has been very hard. What's going on globally has been very hard, regardless of where you are on the planet. It has been lots of challenges. This is the time to celebrate, to look at the springtime is here. It's your new year. And what do you want to manifest? and continue uh, to know that your spirit guides are with you and that they will lead you and help you along the way. I put a video on the, I don't know, I think it might be a short, about an experience that I had with my doctor, which was like a challenge. All my other doctors are great. Um, and so you might check that video out. And let's see what we have. I'm using the Morgan Greer deck today. And then I'm going to use the Ask Your Guides, the Wisdom of the Oracle, and the new Career and Life card. So let's see what we have coming up this week. So happy birthday, Aries, for those that have the birthday this week. And may you have a time of celebration, celebrating your life, celebrating where you are. Now, someone wrote about that. I had said it might be along, several months before things eased up for things, or a breakthrough, or, the timing. Yes, and as you go along, and I've had challenges with time. As you know, I thought I put my house on the market in June to leave Portugal, and I didn't leave until February. It's learning to be in the flow, and when you're in the flow, it takes less energy, because rather than going against, you are in the flow, and then you can, as it goes along, then the things manifest and they come out easily rather than the struggle. So if you're struggling, tell your spirit guide, hey, direct me, guide me, show me, and I would like things to start moving. They're your team. And speak in the now. Speak that you have it now. So let's see what we have here for our wonderful Aries this week. And so Nina's here, and Susie's in my lap. And the first card we have is the King of Pentacles, crossed over by the Two Swords. Some sort of indecision. Could be a job offer. It could be a situation. So the King of Pentacles could be a person, or it could be a job, or it could be some, you're not going to chew the cards, little missy. Or it could be that you have some job offers, or you don't know which direction to go. So it's a person, or Pentacles can be options for prosperity, because we have here the Page of Cups. So it could be that your King of Pentacles is a person. Behind you, now this is very good. Behind you is the Nine of Swords. It's behind you. So for some of you, you could still feel that you are in that situation, but it is, it's knowing that the situation happened, and then adjusting the direction you're going, adjusting your path based on the things that happened recently. And then you have the Two of Pentacles. So you have, the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. Now, twos are beginnings. So you could be on the beginning of this new chapter, because also this is the beginning of your year, of your birth year, because it's, the March, April. So it's the beginnings. Then right ahead, no, Susie, is a celebration. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So we have the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. We have an Ace of Cups. So we have the Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups. Could be love coming. Then we have the Knight of Swords. So you have two of the Knights, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. That's action figures. And the final outcome is the King of Cups. Now, I would say that for someone, yes, for someone, you might have love coming up, because you have Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, King of Cups. Okay, Seven of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Knight of Rods. So you have Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Rods. I think you have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, yeah. The only one you don't have is the Knight of Cups. The Ten of Swords reversed ahead. I think it's celebration about that ending. That's over. Behind you is the the Six of Cups. At the base is the Six of Wands, so you've got repeating sixes. And then the Ten of Cups crossed over by the King of Rods. Now you have three of the tens. You have the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles with the final outcome. This is an end of a chapter. Now it makes perfect sense because this is the end of your year, starting new, and it's okay. I almost see like the old is it Snow White? I see the birds, in the cartoon, the color birds, and they've got the little banner, and they're flittering around in the scenery. So I see a time of celebration because they're celebrating something, and there's an air of happiness and release. For some of you, you have been, it's been a challenge. It has been a challenge. But I see that with the tens, you have the three tens, you have an ace, and you have two twos, which is beginning. It is a new chapter. It's time to put aside the old, knowing that that is behind you, and look forward to the year coming up. Now, part of it is that it's been a struggle, and crowning you is the Seven of Swords, and you have ahead of you the Ten of Swords. So those feelings of what happened is still with you. It's almost that even though you're moving forward, you're feeling like you have left a battlefield, and there's that it is that your energy, the struggle, is you're still feeling that you're tired from that it's time to recharge your energy and move forward because the struggle's over. It's time to move on. Now, some of you are saying, well, why is it happening to me, for me? Well, then that is to look at something in a positive way. You can look at something and you can see it as, something that's discouraging, hopeless, or you can look at it as an opportunity, and you can look at it as, well, I got that. I'm glad that's over with. I learned that lesson. Now I can put it aside on the shelf, knowing that it's completed. Because your reading is about your King of Pentacles, could be a person, could be a boss or an organization, because you've got these tens, you've got these swords going around you. So it could have been loss of a job. It could have been some financial backset because of a job or something promised to you, some sort of financial challenge that maybe you thought that something was going to happen, but it didn't, or it's delayed, or not as much as you thought. Because Pentacles, I look at the King of Pentacles, could be a person, could be an organization, and crossing it is not, it's undecided, Two of Swords. So it could be you don't know what direction. It could be taking a job. It could be deciding which direction to go. It could be a settlement. Because this is that you're blindfolded, you don't have the information that you need. And you're undecided about what you're going to do, because you also have here a a happy celebration related to the King of Rods. So part of it is, I would say that the King of Pentacles is, deciding what you're going to do, or it could be that situation that's ended and you now are undecided about what direction to go. You don't have all the information. And then you have a happy conclusion, your wish come true about the King of Rods. Now, you have a whole lot of cups here. So for some of you, it could be a relationship. 10 of Pentacles could be an engagement or a marriage, or it could be a job, King of Rods. Could be a job. It could be a good situation. Depends on your situation. So for some of you, maybe you're going to get married, or proposal, or you're going to find your, just a knight in shining armor. Who have you been looking for? Now, you had all knights except for the Knight of Cups. You had the 3 knights, which are action, moving forward. But this is the King of Rods. Could be moving forward. He's this individual is fair, just, stable, and there's a happy conclusion. It could be a job. It could be a person. Because at the base of it, look at this. Page of Cups and the 6 of Rods. So Page of Cups is either a message about a relationship or about a move. And the 6 of Rods is victory and moving forward. So some of you could be moving or moving forward to a job. But you get a message and that says go ahead. Could be a message about a job. It could be a message about a move. It could be a message about a relationship. But it's action. You have the cards showing that you're moving forward. Several of the cards are that you're moving forward. Now, some of you are saying, well, I don't see it happening. Well, then, okay, for some of you who are feeling stuck, okay. And I see for being stuck, the quicksand, and for when I was growing up, it was muddy, like a lake bed or something that's got all of the wet dirt that your foot goes in and it won't come out. And that's how some of you are feeling that, it takes all the energy and just one foot in front of the other, but you don't see many progress. You feel stuck. Now, this for you could be your lesson about manifestation. And once you have that, nothing will stop you. The flow will be like they've opened the dam of prosperity once you have this. And it's not the thing about, several years ago, the book about The Secret, and, but there's something missing with that. And again, I'm talking about Julie Poole, and she has her Manifestation 101. What's missing in The Secret is our old tapes that have to be released, removed, so that the prosperity can come in. And that's what, it's her videos, they're free, they're on YouTube, they're like 10 minutes, and then they're like little exercises of the negative tapes that we've had for all those years. And you will be surprised about those thoughts that are holding you back. The other thing is that Julie has a sale going on her books about having it all. And the reason I follow her is because she has shown that it works, because she did it in her own life. I want someone that's a success so I can follow what they do. So if you're feeling like you're stuck, and it's actually a big lesson for some of you that you're feeling stuck, because once you get through that, nothing's going to stop you. It's like the light switch. After what's ever been that dam, I see like a steel wall almost. Once you know how to get through that with, changing your thoughts, putting in the positive, speaking in the now, nothing's going to stop you, and you will be so prosperous once you know, and it's a big lesson for you. Then it will be abundance flowing through you. that is, you cannot imagine how much abundance will come. And abundance isn't just money. It's abundance in health, in relationships, in happiness. So it's all about learning how, and it's also about self-love. Because if you don't think that you're lovable, maybe you don't think that you are entitled to, deserving enough, all those things, those negative things that people, that when you were growing up, or the negative tapes, that maybe that's keeping the flow because you think, well, that's somebody else. Somebody else has the riches. So it could be for someone that this is a major, major lesson. And once you get through this, your abundance is going to be overflowing. And I see the cup overflowing. And I see the grapes, that all represents prosperity and health. I see grapes. I see the fruit, the cornucopia. And so focus on healing yourself. Once you heal yourself and know that you are deserving of all of that, and deal with whatever those thoughts, the negative that has preceded that, it's going to be unlimited what you have. And I'm speaking to someone, I don't know who it is, but I'm speaking to you. It's going to be unlimited. So it's like a lesson. And once you get this lesson, boom, it's going to happen. I'm sure there's other YouTube channels too where they have prosperity. And then, there's lots of books. And Julie has some recommendations of how she studied. 6 years ago, she came back from Spain totally in debt. If you listen to her second book, she goes into what she went through to arrive at where she is now. Now, behind you is something about someone from your past and the Nine of Swords. So it could be a relationship that's behind you, or someone appeared in your life, or it could be, but there's the Nine of Swords. So it was some sort of, could be betrayal. Maybe you trusted this person and you have a broken relationship, a broken heart, but it's behind you. Do you know what it is now? It isn't like the secret and of not knowing, or that there's this, I see a curtain, and you didn't know what was behind the curtain, but there was something there, and you open it and you go, oh, that's what it is. Now you know. Now you know how to address it. The unknown sometimes is more frightening than the known. Behind the curtain is a mouse or it's an elephant. And your imagination can make it very wild. But once you open the curtain, pull it back and go, oh, that's what it is. Well, now I know what it is. I can address it. Because what's on your mind is balancing options or money. It could be balancing, juggling money too. And also the Seven of Swords. So whatever, your Nine of Swords, whatever your Five of Swords, whatever that situation, you're moving away from it. Now you know what it is. You've turned that into assets because you now have the skills to address it. You have the confidence now. Once you've conquered something, you have the confidence. I see it almost like if you're a knight and you were in battle and, they're going out on the horses with, just like they did in, the castle close to where I lived. And they had the jostling, and they had, to get the other person. But then if you're in battle, once you have that confidence, that builds up your self-esteem, or confidence that you know that you can face it and that you turn it into an asset. As you're balancing things, juggling, what are you going to do? And it could be balancing options, balancing money. Now, I know things have changed since I came back to the U.S., and I might refer to that because, I did all my shopping at the little supermercado in the village. And, we'd go from place to place to place. We'd have to take a number. They'd wait on us, like even at the vegetables. The vegetables were all behind the counter. And the ladies, we'd take our number and then we'd say, well, I want 3 tomatoes, and they go get the tomatoes and they put it in the bag and weigh it. So that's how I lived for over 3 years. I went to the store here, and yes, I realize now that the weight is less, but the price is up. Like a loaf of bread is a lot smaller, for example. Um, so they're trying to raise their profit. But I also saw the people that had food insecurity in the store at Walmart. And I know I probably shouldn't shop at Walmart, but it's close. But I saw them because I've identified with that in the past, that they looked at something and figured out how many meals would this be? This is the price, and how many meals? The frozen good. Well, can I make 2 meals out of this? Or it's like $2. Okay, that could be a meal. Or maybe it'll be a couple of meals. They were really being very careful about how they spent their money. And it was a wide variety of people. There were the seniors. There was the students. I looked at the young working people, who probably didn't make a lot of money, and they were making really hard decisions about what they bought for food. And that's that thing about, helping people, maybe donating to the food bank. So it's, the people are either juggling options for making money or juggling how they're budgeting their money. But it's victory. Here's the victory of whatever's been going on in the past. Because what's right ahead is happy celebration related to the Ten of Swords reversed. So it's healing from being stabbed. It's a celebration. It can be an offer. It can even be a sense of celebration that you got through this and that you can move on. That, maybe you've got that job offer, or maybe, for a long time you're like, what's going to happen to my job? What's going to happen to this company? And once you have the clarity and you opened up the curtain, you go, oh, okay, well, now I need to look for a job or ask my friends about a job, because most of the jobs are through word of mouth or network. And so ask if you're looking for a job, ask your friends. Shop, when you're stopping at the store. Oh, are you hiring today? So whatever it is, there's celebration. And it's also your birthday. It's your birthday month, so enjoy it, because it's in the past. It's reversed, so you're healing from it and moving forward. Because we have here the 2 knights. We have the Knight of Rods and the Knight of Pentacles. Moving forward towards prosperity. That's how I see this. Movement cards. Because then we have the Page of Swords with the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups could be love, it could be moving, or it could be loving yourself. And the Page of Swords is clarity. It's the aha moments, information coming to you. Could be about a love relationship. Yeah, this person's what I thought is that, this person, it could be a good someone to learn more about. Or if you're moving, you get clarity about it. But swords are information. And this is related to the Ace of Cups. So it could be more information about who you are. More information about a love interest. Or clarity about a person as you start dating. Or if you're in a relationship. And it's that information that then you can make decisions. Because what we have here is the Knight of Swords moving forward related to work. So it's putting in the hard work for the harvest. And even looking for a job is hard work. It takes a lot of energy to look for a job and not give up. That's the other part. Don't give up. And it's also that, it also has to do with self-love. Because it's real hard if you're looking for a job and you put out all of those resumes, contact all those people, and you don't hear back. And so, oh, we're not going to do that. Nope, we're not going to do that. So, no, you're getting your toys in the mail tomorrow, honey. So it's loving yourself and healing yourself from the, the turn downs, the rejections. Well, think about it as rejections, but remember, rejection is God's protection. And after a while, then you think, oh boy, I'm glad. I almost got a job there, and then they had a big shutdown. And then I'd have to go look again. Or I found out that they have a boss that doesn't pay, something. But this is the hard work. This is laying the foundation, moving forward. It could even be your own gig. For some of you, this is the time to, they said, dust off your skills, as well as some of you dust off your resume. You have those skills that you wanted to pursue that maybe can be marketable, that someone needs that skill. And you've always wanted to do it, but you didn't venture forth because you had the security of that job. Because the Seven of Pentacles is learning a skill, putting in the hard work, waiting for the harvest. And this is moving forward. The Knight of Swords is action, moving forward. So it's moving forward towards prosperity. And then your final outcome is the King of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, which is having it all. So this could be, for some of you, a manifestation week. King of Cups could be a relationship. It could be home. It can be prosperity. The Ten of Pentacles is like great. Everything's falling into place. So you have a great week. For those of you who think you don't have a great week, you're having a great week because you're one step closer to your manifestation. One step closer. Now, I've always been able to manifest, most always, a parking spot. I say I have parking karma. And a lot of people can do that. Well, if you can manifest a parking spot, how about manifesting a job? How about manifesting prosperity? You can do it. And Julie goes into that in her. So I've had lots of appointments, and I'm always saying, okay, well, the parking spot's going to be close to the door because I have parking karma. I have good, what I used to do, and you can visualize too, is sort of get a feel if I'm going to pull into the parking lot. I visualize ahead. Someone's getting ready to leave. They're going to pull out just before I get there. I would visualize that whole thing, and I'd get the parking spot. So you can do the visualization as that you're going to hear about a job, or you're going to hear about some prosperity, or you're going to hear about some sort of like a partnership with someone. And visualize then, what's it going to look like? That, you send off your application and you have the interview and it goes smoothly and they offer you the job. It's visualization as you go through. And that's the process of manifestation. But remember, the timing is God's timing. And I certainly have learned that in the past few years. Because, it's been challenging, but things are flowing in. Now, let's look at your oracle cards. First, we'll do the wisdom of the oracle. I've ordered Susie some toys off of, not Walmart, but off of PetSmart. So some little toys are going to be delivered to our door, and then new collars for Nina and for Susie, and tags with their names and my phone number on them, so that if they ever get lost. But, I'm being very careful about the fence because, she was a stray. And then I always train my dogs to not go out the front door if the door is open. Like if someone comes to the door, I don't want them slipping out. Like Nina, she will not go out the front door. When she first came to me 2 years ago, she ran out. I think she was, right away, the first week, I think she wanted to go back to her old home. And around, she went up towards the big church in the village. And we did that a couple of times, and then after that, she did not go out the front door. I did not need to worry about her slipping out because I didn't want to lose my little Nina. Okay, this is for our wonderful Aries. Okay, and here's our card. Cleaning it up. So this is, okay. This is cleaning it up for anything that you have that's keeping you from manifesting. That's exactly what Spirit's saying. It's not necessarily cleaning up the anything that you had, like relationships or, that sort of thing. But it can also apply to that. But this is cleaning up any of the barriers that you have, any of the thoughts, any of the emotions, negativity that's keeping you from manifesting to that glorious person you are. The manifestation, it's getting in touch with how magnificent you are, cleaning it up, releasing all that negativity, making room for the positive to come into your life, because this is the new year for you. This is your new year, Aries. Now, let's pull the card for Ask Your Spirit Guides. And let's see what they have to say here. And angels and archangels. Here we go. Angels and archangels and spirit guides. What is that we have for our Aries? That you want them to know. Oh, okay. Be aware of any messages around you that could be sent to you from Spirit. Be aware of that, because Spirit works through people. Spirit works through circumstances around you. Be aware of that, because they're there to help you. And the card is New Life. Isn't that? New Life, Teacher Guides. New Life number 28, which is a 1. Beginnings. It's new beginnings. 28. You're being so good. Yes, you are, Susie. New life. It's a conception, pregnancy, children, and birth. Whatever your gender, your feminine, intuitive side is in full bloom. The wishes, dreams, and desires you've carried in your heart are now gestating in the divine womb and are coming into fruition. If you identify as a woman, this signifies a possible time of conception, pregnancy, and birth, or a blossoming of some sort. If you identify as a man, this is time for your creativity to become manifest in the physical or career world. If you're married or partnered, this may signal children are on the way, or it may mean that new ventures, a new home, or new creations are on the horizon. Whatever you desire, it is happening. Your teacher guides ask you to summon the divine feminine forces within you. With this influence, your artistic and creative expression comes alive. If you're feeling sterile, stagnant, or controlled, the divine feminine forces within will loosen up and get your creative juices flowing. Stop thinking and start feeling. The feminine essence of your soul is with you, and her influence will bring your creative side to life. Your teacher guides message to you: new life is on its way. New life is on its way. This is your new life. And it's perfect because this is your new year. Your new year. Okay. Now let's get our... I think I would like to use the Believe in Your Own Magic cards today. Right here. Right here. Here we go. There. Okay. Angels and archangels and spirit guides. What is the message for our Aries? It's right here, whatever it is. Universe. We're all just stardust, number 31. We're all just stardust. Okay, let's see what this says here. 31. Okay. When we're children, we can barely comprehend the vastness of our own lives, let alone the existence of other planets. It's not long before we learn we aren't the center of the universe. We are but specks of stardust in one of its many skies. However, we must also still do our part to take care of our own individual worlds, or else that throws everything else off balance. Make sure to keep balance in your life, but don't forget the big picture stuff. Recycle, don't litter, and give thanks. Okay, create. And listen to your spirit guides. Okay, this is your career and life card. Angels and archangels and spirit guides. What do we have for our Aries for this week? And angels and archangels and spirit guides. Thank you. Okay, your card is offerings. You will be offered a new position or investment opportunity. Think about it and research it carefully before accepting. Page of Swords. So the Ace of Cups could be that offering. And the Page of Swords, remember, that's information. So if you're offered anything, be sure to research it. Use your discernment and your intuition. Now our Louise Hay affirmation card, right here. Angels and archangels and spirit guides. And angels and archangels and spirit guides. Right here. Aries. Okay. Here's your card. I'm in the process of positive change. Yes, you are. I'm unfolding in fulfilling ways. Only good can come to me. And I now express health, happiness, prosperity, and peace of mind. So you're in the process. Sometimes you may not know you're in the process, but you're in the process. And then suddenly you've arrived at the station. I see a train, and you're wondering. And then suddenly you've arrived at your destination. Okay. Thank you so much, Aries, for your support. Happy birthday for those that are having a birthday this week. And from Las Vegas, Nina and Susie and I send you light and love.